Hey, it's Will, and welcome to Crocketville. We are about to go through what's probably the greatest change in maybe the history of photography. And part of my job as the chief technical knucklehead at Shoot Smarter is to let the professional photographer know these changes are coming. Of course, how we can adapt to those changes as easily as we can, and then how do we profit from those, right? The difference between Shoot Smarter and some of the other projects we have for photo education is Shoot Smarter is aimed at the professional photographer, meaning if you are into photography as part of a way to generate an income, then the info on Shoot Smarter is very much what you're looking for, right? Well, we are seeing that tomorrow's customer is interested in non-printed products as well as printed products, and they're also interested in the almighty iPhone as a way of sharing and showing those images. So as much as it may be difficult for you to work on your process of a photographer to end up becoming profitable while selling a product to mom's iPhone, for instance, we do need to keep that in mind. Now, those of you who saw the rifle auction, gun auction video film piece that I made, see that commercial photographers are now being able to provide electronic products to their clients as the finished piece. And remember, our job as photographers is not so much selling a product as it is selling our services. It's true, anybody can go to Costco and they can buy a pretty decent camera. The Canon T3i is really a terrific camera. The lens that comes with it is horrible, but it's a great way to get started. You put a really good lens on that Canon T3, you got yourself a pro camera. There's no doubt about it. Equipment-wise, I see in our consulting universe here that equipment changes are coming, and they're coming rapidly. As much as a lot of photographers don't want to deal with this, please, from one photographer to the next, listen to me when I tell you. DSLR is on its way out. The DSLR is big and it's complicated and it's been evolved from a film camera now into a video camera. Forget it. The whole mirrorless thing is going to take over. So if you want to argue about that on web forums, go right ahead. I am your friend and I'm trying to tell you that you will be using lighter, smarter cameras that allow you to do things that you can't do right now. Wouldn't you love to be able for me to give you a little gift? And those of you that have lots of hours of your process of making pictures for clients wrapped up in front of a computer, wouldn't you love to be able to get rid of a lot of that? Well, you can. If you had a camera that was highly intelligent and that you could literally talk to and say, I want to shoot a shallow depth of field portrait in black and white of little kids that are going to be moving around, so I want to have a little bit of motion blur, but not a whole lot. Okay. You can't speak to a camera right now with those kind of terms. You will be someday soon, but you can program that into the more modern cameras, and they will allow you to go ahead and shoot, and that's what it is. DSLRs are holding photographers back because they are difficult and cumbersome and confusing and heavy and expensive. Well, with the economy the way it is, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of end inside of the economy, that does factor in the equation here too. So I want you to be open to the change, and here it is in a nutshell. You need to be able to shoot a job that goes into a gallery, no matter what that gallery is, if it's a Facebook gallery or if it's printed proofs, whatever. That's the term that we're using to hold the images for a job. It's a gallery. You need to, as a pro photographer, make that process of an idea through a camera to a gallery, and then from the gallery to a print or to an e-product or whatever. You need to make that process as smooth as possible, because there are other people who are into computers and are into communication and are into art that are also getting into photography. So when I see these groups of photographers struggling with shooting, raw files and spending more time processing raw files than they do actually shooting the session, what are you doing? Not that I'm against raw, I'm not. I'm against people wasting time doing things they don't need to do. Look, you're a photographer, you need to create images. If you're a professional photographer, you want to sell images. Why don't you listen to where the manufacturers want to take us and go along for the ride. Yeah, I'm testing all these crazy mirrorless cameras and I'm seeing the future. In fact, this fall we've got 1, 2, maybe 3 cameras that may revolutionize pro photography. Yeah. So what I need you to do is I need you to pay attention to what you're doing and how you're doing it and become as efficient and effective in your process as possible. My process you get to see all the time, and it's the real process. Doesn't matter which camera I shoot, those images are going to go into my system, they're going to get backed up. They're going to end up being selected, they're going to go up to a gallery, then they're going to go back out to the to the customer. You as a photographer, you got to work on that. And if you're struggling with all the flash stuff and all the raw processing stuff and everything has to go through Photoshop, it just isn't going to cut it. You got to open up that brain of yours and become creative. And remember, photography, professional photography, is not selling a product. It's selling a service. And that's where you can't complain about other people just going down to Costco and buying a camera because they don't have the same creative skill set nor communication skill set that you do. That's the professional photographer. So get on the bus and take a look at some of the new things that are coming our way. Not that I'm telling you got to run out and sell your DSLR. No, just be open to the idea that things that we take for granted as built-in concrete and steel in photography, like raw files are going to give me a better print than a JPEG, that's going to end here. The cameras that are coming around the corner are hybrid imaging machines that shoot JPEG and video right out of the camera that are ready to go. You have to take advantage of them, okay? Sorry to preach a little bit, but it is Sunday morning, and I'm heading out in the rain to do a photo shoot, and I can't wait, okay? You're not mad at me, right? All right, all you raw folks, well, all the raw folks have probably stopped watching this video, and now they're on photo.net complaining about me anyway. But please do go ahead and complain about me because it sends lots of hits back to shootsmarter.com. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.